Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A specific practice of long-standing. Accepted or habitual practice. Money collected under a tariff. Made according to the specifications of an individual. Habitual patronage. I have given this tailor my custom for many years. A specific practice of long-standing. An inherited pattern of thought or action. Accepted or habitual practice. The act of using. The customary manner in which a language, or a form of a language, is spoken or written. English usage. Accepted or habitual practice. Economics. The utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The period of time permitted by commercial usage for the payment of a bill of exchange, especially a foreign bill of exchange. Money collected under a tariff. Money collected under a tariff. Money collected under a tariff. The lowest stone in an arch, from which it springs. An item made to the customer's specifications. Made according to the specifications of an individual. Of clothing, custom made. Severely simple in line or design. A neat tailored suit. Built for a particular individual. Of clothing, custom made. Of clothing, custom made. Custom made clothing. Of clothing, custom made. Of clothing, custom made. Pledged to be married. Built for a particular individual. An item made to the customer's specifications. Translating an idea into action. A hard theory to put into practice. A customary way of operation or behavior. It is their practice to give annual raises. Avail oneself to. Practice a religion. Systematic training by multiple repetitions. Practice makes perfect. Learn by repetition. Pianists practice scales. Engage in a rehearsal, of. Engage in or perform. Practice safe sex. Carry out or practice, as of jobs and professions. Practice law. Knowledge of how something is usually done. It is not the local practice to wear shorts to dinner. The exercise of a profession. The practice of the law. A customary way of operation or behavior. They changed their dietary pattern. A perceptual structure. A visual pattern must include not only objects but the spaces between them. Something intended as a guide for making something else. A pattern for a skirt. A decorative or artistic work. The path that is prescribed for an airplane that is preparing to land at an airport. The traffic patterns around O'Hare are very crowded. Something regarded as a normative example. Graphical representation, in polar or Cartesian coordinates, of the spatial distribution of radiation from an antenna as a function of angle. Plan or create according to a model or models. A model considered worthy of imitation. The American Constitution has provided a pattern for many republics. Form a pattern. These sentences pattern like the ones we studied before. A natural process resulting in the evolution of organisms best adapted to the environment. A state of surviving, remaining alive. Something that survives. The social force that binds you to the courses of action demanded by that force. We must instill a sense of duty in our children. A government tax on imports or exports. Work that you are obliged to perform for moral or legal reasons. A government tax on imports or exports. Charge a tariff. Tariff imported goods. A communication that indicates lack of respect by patronizing the recipient. Be a regular customer or client of. The act of providing approval and support. The business given to a commercial establishment by its customers. Even before noon there was a considerable patronage. Customers collectively. Politics, granting favors or giving contracts or making appointments to office in return for political support. Support by being a patron of. Engage in the trade of. An equal exchange. Steady winds blowing from east to west above and below the equator. They rode the trade winds going west. People who perform a particular kind of skilled work. As they say in the trade. The business given to a commercial establishment by its customers. A particular instance of buying or selling. I had no further trade with him. Turn in as payment or part payment for a purchase. Trade in an old car for a new one. Exchange or give something in exchange for. Do business. Offer for sale as for one's livelihood. The skilled practice of a practical occupation. He learned his trade as an apprentice. Be traded at a certain price or under certain conditions. The stock traded around $20 a share. The commercial exchange, buying and selling on domestic or international markets, of goods and services. Venice was an important center of trade with the East. An established custom. It was their habit to dine at 7 every evening. Attire that is typically worn by a horseback rider, especially a woman's attire. Psychology. An automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation. May be inherited or acquired through frequent repetition. Owls have nocturnal habits. Excessive use of drugs. A distinctive attire worn by a member of a religious order. Put a habit on. The general form or mode of growth, especially of a plant or crystal. A shrub of spreading habit. An organization founded and united for a specific purpose. The act of starting something for the first time, introducing something new. A hospital for mentally incompetent or unbalanced person. A custom that for a long time has been an important feature of some group or society. The institution of marriage. An establishment consisting of a building or complex of buildings where an organization for the promotion of some cause is situated. Islam. The way of life prescribed as normative for Muslims on the basis of the teachings and practices of Muhammad and interpretations of the Quran. Islam. a tradition based on reports of the sayings and activities of Muhammad and his companions. An established custom. A custom or usage that has acquired the force of law. A custom among some peoples whereby the husband of a pregnant wife is put to bed at the time of bearing the child. Exerting shrewd or devious influence especially for one's own advantage. Use up, consume fully. Avail oneself to. Use care when going down the stairs. Economics. The utilization of economic goods to satisfy needs or in manufacturing. The act of using. He warned against the use of narcotic drugs. Take or consume, regularly or habitually. She uses drugs rarely. What something is used for. Ballet is beautiful, but what use is it? Psychology. An automatic pattern of behavior in reaction to a specific situation. May be inherited or acquired through frequent repetition. Long use had hardened him to it. Law. The exercise of the legal right to enjoy the benefits of owning property. We were given the use of his boat. Put into service. Make work or employ for a particular purpose or for its inherent or natural purpose. Use your head. A particular service. He put his knowledge to good use. Habitually do something or be in a certain state or place, use only in the past tense. She used to call her mother every week, but now she calls only occasionally. Seek or achieve an end by using to one's advantage. She uses her influential friends to get jobs. A custom that is peculiar to Germany or its citizens. A custom that is peculiar to the United States or its citizens. An expression that is characteristic of English as spoken by Americans. Loyalty to the United States and its institutions. Any customary observance or practice. Stereotyped behavior. The prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies. Of or relating to or characteristic of religious rituals. Ritual killing. Of or relating to or employed in social rites or rituals. A ritual dance of Haiti.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.